I've been thinking about this for a long time. What's wrong with Manchester United? Such a great club, reduced to utter mediocrity. Firstly, I must say I'm glad that the running of the club is now out of the Glazers' hands, because football needs owners who care about the clubs and not just treat it as a business. We want to see the big clubs of the world doing well. It's good for the footballing world. But with Ineos running the club, there still seems to be one problem they can't seem to solve. The more I analyzed the situation, the more I realized it's a combination of factors that are plaguing the club, and they all seem to connect to one big problem: Erik ten Hag. Casemiro was way past his peak when United forked out 80 million for him. Madrid robbed them blind. This constant desire to bring players with a connection to Ajax just baffles me. The Dutch league is nowhere near the same level as the Premier League. Anthony was never worth 100 million. De Ligt, Mazraoui have been rejected by big clubs. United is too big to be a club of rejects. Zirkzee was never a killer in front of goal, and that's not his speciality. He's somebody who links up play. He's not somebody who's going to get you 20-25 goals a season, which is exactly what United need. And don't even get me started on Eriksen, Onana, Mount, Evans, Malacia. Do these sound like players that possess the quality to wear a Man United shirt? The man is too stubborn for his own good. And he hasn't even earned it like a Wenger or Mourinho did with years of success behind them. His insistence on sticking with Rashford on the left wing when clearly that spot should belong to Garnacho is just absolutely foolish. Rashford doesn't deserve to be on this team. It's only Ten Hag's ego of wanting to prove people wrong, because of which he sticks with Rashford. Case in point, when he called Alan Shearer idiotic for criticizing Rashford's performances this season. Alan Shearer talked about Rashford not even having a single shot on target in the first 2 games, and that's genuine criticism. 0 shots on target in the first 2 games. How can such mediocrity be accepted? Defending your team from criticism is understandable. All managers do that. But saying they played a great game when they were just beaten 3-0 by a major rival is just delusional. Sometimes one has to call a spade a spade. The players are not stupid. They see the problems in the team. And when a manager refuses to acknowledge these mistakes, it only leads to the team losing respect for their own manager, which is clearly evident in this team. Like when Garnacho liked posts on Twitter last season criticizing Ten Hag for subbing him off when he was the best player on the field. You don't see stuff like this at Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid. Then why is it happening at United, and why is it acceptable? Ten Hag is into his 3rd season now, and I bet no Manchester United fan can describe their style of play if anyone was to ask them. Really? Does it take this long? Arne Slot's Liverpool understood his style of play from match 1. So did Hansi Flick's Barcelona. What incredibly complex style of play is he concocting that it's taken this long for them to understand? Or can we just accept the truth that he himself doesn't know what he wants? I also feel that people have been unfairly jumping on Casemiro for his mistakes against Liverpool. Yes, he made mistakes. But just dropping Casemiro for Ugarte won't solve anything. Even Menu got caught on the ball, right? Yet I don't hear the criticism directed at him. The problem is the system. Honestly, I was very hopeful when Ten Hag joined the club. He started off really well, and I could see that he was trying to do something. He really handled the Ronaldo situation smartly also, and I had a lot of belief in him at that time. But now it's clear that he's holding United back. He's not cut out to manage a club of this size. I still believe last season's FA Cup win was the worst thing that could have happened to United, because that meant Ten Hag would keep his job. I was really disappointed in Ineos for bottling their first tough decision. Ten Hag had to be sacked. There was no 2 ways about it. Finishing 8th in the league is unacceptable. Yes, sometimes you can win cup competitions and shocks can happen, like when Greece won the Euros. But that didn't mean that Greece is the best team. The best way to analyze how good a team is over a 38-game season. And United were not good enough. I find it really hard to believe that they could not find a better manager than Ten Hag. I hope this isn't a pattern that will continue in the future, because every big club needs a good management team. Otherwise, it's very easy to kill a club. Look at what happened to Barcelona. I hope for United's sake, they continue losing their next few games so we can all see the end of Ten Hag. It's sad for any of us old school football fans who remember the glory days at United. This is a big club, and they deserve to be at the top. But will they ever? Let's hope so.